All right. We are on Darker with Daniel, and this week's guest is Tommy B.
We're happy to have you.
Happy to be here. This is cool.
Dude, that suit, God, dude, the suit at the CPMAs, first of all, that was a power move.
The suit went in.
It was, and thank you.
Straight, it was all Super Mario, right?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is it Nintendo or was it just Super Mario? But it was just Super Mario.
Mario pipe
Tied
green with every
everything.
character, yeah.
Dude, it was a power move.
Thanks.
And I'm just, is this a daily thing or is this when you're just trying to make an impression?
This is when I am, I guess, portraying Tommy B.
Okay,
You know what
I
mean?
like it.
When I'm not like the family man, the dad at home, learning music, when I'm out there promoting.
This makes sense.
Someone's got to look like this,
Yeah. Why not you? Why not you? Dude,
Right.
I fucking love it, man. God,
It was funny. I couldn't walk in the CPMAs. The suit would fit fine, but every 5 feet, somebody was like, "Oh my God, that suit! Hey, oh my God, that
shake
suit!"
your hand.
Yeah, and they're like, "All right, you win best dressed." Like 10 different people. I'm like, "Who are you?"
That's amazing.
So I met a lot of people.
That would mean something if I know who you are. Oh, wait, I don't know who you are? That comment means nothing. It's worthless.
Dude, I had one person call me a peacock, and I'm like, "You're gonna have to explain." And they're like, "No, like when the male peacock wants to mate, how they just like that whole feather background thing." They're like,
Peacocking.
"That's what you're doing right now." And I'm like, "Okay, hey, have a good one."
Weren't you there with your wife?
No, girlfriend. Yeah,
Girlfriend, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't get that tidbit at the CPMAs. But
Oh,
yeah,
it's all
like,
good.
So you're like, yeah, I'm peacocking for the mate that I already have.
Yeah, right.
But, what? Sure, dude. Whatever works. Whatever
It
works.
was kind of cool because every handshake, I was like, business card. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, follow what I'm doing on all the things. All right, cool.
You just get to the point. They're like, hey, man. And you're like, yeah, I know. Great suit. Okay, here's my business card. Like, just
No,
cut
I
them off.
can't do that.
Like,
Did you come up and talk to us, or did we come up and talk to you?
I was up there. Well, you guys were interviewing somebody who was actually a friend of mine. And so I went to talk to her. And then I think it was you who was like, this suit, dude. Come here. I got to talk to you. And I was like, yeah, right. And you're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, looking like this. What are you doing? It was kind of cool.
It was cool.
I think we did like an interview right there. You had a camera hooked up and we talked, and then hooked up, for today.
Yep. We have a reaction video coming out soon, actually. Too.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah.
all the interviews and everything are going to be streamed on it.
Oh, cool.
And with all of our live reactions, it's going to be pretty.
Is that going to be up on your YouTube or Darker with Daniel Facebook?
Everything.
oh, it's
Oh,
everything.
nice.
Yeah, all of our,
Oh,
so
cool.
all of our listeners, it's going to be on everything. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Cheddar, Stitcher. Like, it's all of them, right?
Everything.
It's everything. Yeah, iHeartRadio.
Nice. Okay.
Did I say that one already? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Who
But
cares?
yeah, it's on everything. But yeah,
There's
everyone
like
that's
30
listening,
of them. We're on all.
tune in for that.
So we talked to you at the CPMAs, and we booked you to come on here for the show because, so you are a musician, singer, songwriter. You a solo act mostly right now?
Yeah, I'm
with
mostly
Tommy
a
B?
solo act. I think I have like 80 solo shows booked, and I think 3 with a trio.
Good God, man.
Dude, that's
Good for
awesome.
you.
Thank you. And I think I've played 35 so far this year.
Oh, now I'm not impressed. I was kidding.
Yeah, no.
I thought you had 80 coming up, and that's the difference for me. That's the threshold for impressed.
Yeah, this whole year so far booked 83. I'm on the road to 100 tour though, so I'm looking for
crazy,
100.
man.
Are
Like,
these
good
all,
for
like,
you.
Local or you?
No, I like to travel.
Okay.
I'm a little travel person, so no, I got shows as far south as Virginia. I'm working on a Tennessee show in August, and then I got West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maryland, New York, and Massachusetts are the states that I currently have booked. And so I'm just looking to expand, and I don't know, I like it. I like meeting new people.
Dude, I'm right
So
there with
cool.
you. Yeah, I mean, I like traveling when I played music. I mean, I didn't travel very much. I did like I think 2 quick tours. They were like one was like a weekend tour, and then one was like 3 or 4 days. I love the traveling. I'll tell you what though. I mean, I was a metal vocalist and everything, but
Oh, nice.
dude, doing that day after day after day, like a full set each day, 3-4 days in a row. I mean, the traveling's fun, but like it's not when you know you're done with the show and you're like, I'm not gonna talk anymore. And
Yeah,
if
oh,
anyone
yeah.
knows me,
Really hard for you. To
really
shut up.
hard
Yeah,
for me
yeah.
to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So, but I have to like preserve my voice, and the
Yeah.
whole time I'm not talking, I'm just chugging
Tea
throat coat
and-
tea.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
just like preserve the voice.
I'm with you there because I'll play like a 3-hour show on a Thursday and a 4-hour on a Friday, but then I'll sometimes work overnight in a factory, and we got to wear like earplugs and like scream over that.
Oh yeah, she's just yelling at everyone.
Yeah, and so I've built up to the point where I won't blow my voice out at a show, but like by Sunday at work, it's like, and I'm like, it's like, dude, I got like 3 shows this week. So it's like I just try to not talk to people at work, you know.
I don't blame you.
Dude, it's tough, man. I don't know how these bands do that. Well, they'll do like back to back to back tours. I'm like, literally, my heart breaks for those vocalists because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, because like I'm one of the people when I go see like if it's kind of sucks because I'm like I know both sides of the field, but like if I'm paying because this band is coming towards me and I'm gonna go see a show, I'm like, this better slap.
Right.
But at the same time, I know what it's like. I'm like, so
Yeah.
I always try to look to see like if I know like a band's coming, are they at the beginning of their tour or are they the end of their tour? No offense to any act out there. I know some acts can do it, but primarily if I see it's a band that I want to go see and it's like they're on the tail end of their tour, I'm like, nah, I'm not even going to pay it because I'm just going to be disappointed. Because I know like you can't deliver 100% of the time, all the time, that you just can't do
Right.
it. So I'm like, but I get really happy when it's like the beginning. I'm like, oh, it's like show number 2 or 3. I'm like, the first one was knocking the rust off. Like he's warmed up now. He's got this. They already got all the kinks figured out. I get
Yeah.
real happy when it's show 2 or 3.
That's cool. I'm actually, speaking of tours, I'm going on tour with a band called the Rage Tones.
I've heard of the name.
They're cool, man. They're they have a saxophone and they're like kind of a punk band.
Oh,
I am
love
literally a
saxophone.
slut for a saxophone.
Same.
Dude,
in
it's
music.
good and it's cool. So
Treasures.
yeah, they hooked. We got together on some Facebook group and to do this tour, and so I'll be with them May. Oh, I think like 22nd, 3rd, and 4th or something like that.
Birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Give you a happy
Who-
birthday shout.
Who
Do it, please. Thank you.
asked if anyone cared?
That's a good question. Good question.
I-
That's fair. It's
I
fair.
want to keep you on your toes.
So where? So where's this band from? Are they local as well, or are they from? Did you just
I
meet them?
think Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. They're like a northwestern kind of deal.
Colorado has a lot of good bands.
Yeah.
I knew a band out there, Roots Like Mountains.
Okay.
They were like post-hardcore, hardcore, and everything, but like super nice people, man. Like,
Oh, nice.
Colorado people, man. Like anytime someone's like, I'm from Colorado, I'm like, all right, you're gonna be cool. Like you're gonna be nice. We're gonna get along. I've never met an unpleasant person from Colorado.
Yeah.
I'll check them out.
But I don't know if they're making music anymore, but the music they did have, it was good. I really
Still
liked Roots
worth
Like
it.
Mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of music do you mostly play?
Well, I mostly play covers, but in that I do 50s to present hits, mostly classic rock, an occasional country, an occasional pop song. But I mean, I'll go anything from Zeppelin and Ozzy to like the Beatles to Simon and Garfunkel, and then I'll sing like Cher and I'll sing Pat Benatar, and I'll make jokes on stage like, an hour in, like, hey, you know what I look like, you know what I sound like. You might be wondering what business do I have playing Pat Benatar, but to the critics I say, hit me with your best shot, and then I go into it.
That's so
awesome.
you're a true entertainer, man.
Thank you. I try to build myself as professional quality entertainment. I've never billed myself as like a musician, though. I mean, people would say, I probably am, but
That's probably that's like the bulk of your performance, but you definitely have delivery in between. Like you have a way to work, and you're not just like, okay, like thanks for that song. This next one is
Yeah, nobody.
the Yellow Submarine.
Yeah,
and,
right.
and there's no transition. Like you just played, Ozzy Osbourne or Black Sabbath or whatever, and you're going to Yellow Submarine, and there's no transition. That's awesome. That's smart.
Thank you.
That's the
Nobody
kind of
likes
stuff that people like key in on, and like that's what they want to go see.
Yeah, nobody likes an awkward stage presence. Like
No.
Yeah, it took 40 shows to knock off my awkward stage presence, but
That's like
now
the
it's
worst
gone.
though too. Is when you go see like an awesome musician, like they're just a phenomenal musician, but you can tell they have like no people skills, and you know that they literally just broke through their shell to be on stage because they like I want to do this, but then like go play a song. It was like epic. They killed it, and like everyone's clapping, and they're like, "Thank you." Thank you. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's so weird because you're like, oh, I have like that secondhand embarrassment for you, and I shouldn't because you just killed it. Like, why? Why can't you just be like accepting of the compliments?
And I actually try to do the exact opposite of that for exactly what you said. Like, I've put it too. Like, if Joe Bonamassa just sat down on a chair and looked at one point in,
Yeah.
above the crowd for 2 hours, a lot of people would kind of, he's fine.
Yeah.
But he's Joe Bonamassa. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this big famous selling out Red Rocks. But so it's like, well, I shouldn't do that either. I should at least be engaging and keep people here and not take 5 minutes in between songs. Like just try to steady entertainment
That's awesome.
is what I attempt.
So if I was to say like right now, I'm like, you're gonna get up and you're gonna play a song right now. Like, what's the number one song that you're like, no questions asked, this is the song that I murder every time?
Oh, well, it's going to depend where I'm at, but here I'd probably whip out Good Times, Bad Times by Led Zeppelin.
All right, all
Because
right.
I don't see that done acoustically.
Oh, I can't say that I've seen that done or even heard it done acoustically.
Right.
I honestly can't. I never got super huge into Led Zeppelin, so I can't.
I know,
It's
like
a sin. It's a sin.
It's fine.
I will come clean as well. I'm not a huge Zeppelin fan.
Sure.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not a huge classic rock fan. Anyone that knows me knows this, but it's not because just because I don't like it doesn't mean I don't respect it. Like, absolutely, all those bands, they have all my respect because without them, I wouldn't have the music that I do have today. Like, first and foremost, and I know we're probably going to lose half of our listeners here. I despise the Beatles. I despise them.
No,
like,
a lot of people. That's a growing thing.
I cannot stand. I don't understand what the appeal is. Their sound is like nails on a chalkboard to me.
I don't like all their stuff, but I do like a couple of the classics.
But I will admit, I think that's, like you said, it's different people to people. Like, the stuff that gets me is like the angry music, but like it sounds angry, but it's actually kind of sad, or it sounds angry and it's actually really happy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like those are the things that get my hook. Obviously, if Mariana's Trench by August Burns Red is what gets their hooks in me. Again, Yellow Submarine by the Beatles, probably not gonna be my cup of tea.
That's fair.
So, but I respect the hell out of them, and I'm so grateful that we have them. But
sure.
Still, though, I do know a little bit about Zeppelin. But you're right. I don't think I've ever heard that song
Beautiful.
acoustic. Like, so I would be.
I'd be interested.
And worse off, I have I introduced a cajon and a foot tambourine into my set recently. It used to be
What?
Yeah, it used to be like guitar and keyboard, and then it was guitar and omnichord, and I would like loop and like trade off and like, you know what I mean? And then I just settled on a cajon because it's great. Well, now I got percussion, so I can just do a steady beat. And so I'll try to emulate John Bonham's drum fills with the cajon and the tambourine, and people they go off.
When's your next show near us?
Oh, well, let's see, near here. Oh, geez, let's see. I'm at the Eagles this Friday.
Oh, is that the one out in what's it called?
It's
right off
Carlisle.
22. Oh,
Yeah, Carlisle Eagles.
Carlisle. Okay, I was thinking of the one right off of No, it's not Colonial Park. It's near Colonial Park. What's that? Lingelstown. I was thinking of the one in Lingelstown.
Oh, right.
It's
But
the
no,
Eagle
all my
Bar.
events, and I can send them to you. I have too many to account for, but they're all on
I definitely
Facebook.
want to come see you perform, man.
Facebook page?
Yep. Tommy B
All right.
Entertainment. That's on all platforms.
So the next one, just for the listeners, the Eagle in Carlisle.
This
What's the date?
Friday.
This Friday. Okay. So be there or be
Like
whatever
tomorrow?
shape you want. It's
Yep.
2022.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, but I got another, I think, 11 between now and the end of May, so I'm everywhere.
Okay.
Dude, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm gonna come see you.
Nice.
But-
I'd love to have you.
Dude, just the entertainment is what's getting me. You may not play all the songs or like the styles I like, but I want to hear you do them. Like, I want to see your performance the way you put it off. That sounds like awesome, man.
Yeah, you sound like
Thanks.
you put on a really good show.
Hell yeah,
Thank
dude.
you.
You also play a mean banjo. Are you going to be
Have you
playing
been
that?
watching that
Are you going to be
stuff?
playing
I
that
did
on
see
stage
that.
anytime soon?
Nah, probably not on stage, but I would love to, though. But that's funny that you noticed that. Thank you. Yeah, I do play a hell of a banjo.
Chris, don't you ever touch my fucking mic again.
Wait, so aside from the guitar, the banjo, playing shows live, you said you have a YouTube channel yourself.
I do. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So youtube.com/Tommy B Entertainment. All platforms. That's my plug. Tommy B Entertainment. That's what I provide. And the YouTube channel, I have a bunch of shows and series that I'm launching, and I have 2 right now. So every week on Wednesdays, I do a banjo cover where I'll just take something that shouldn't have any business with a banjo, and I'll just finger pick the hell out of it and sing it. And okay, there's one. And that's every Wednesday. And then every Tuesday, I do something similar to this where I have local artists on, and I interview them and try to see what they're doing, what their thoughts and contributions on the music scene are, and what they want to do. Advice that they have for people getting into the scene and so forth. So I'll rig up a few cameras and edit it on Adobe, and those episodes come out every Tuesday.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Good for you. God damn. So I have a question. Can
Yeah.
I make an official Darker with Daniel request of a banjo cover?
Yeah, sure. What you got?
So I mean, part of me kind of wants to be like, not like a dick, but I would love to hear like a hardcore song done with a banjo. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go more realistic, and I don't know if you've done it or not. But
No,
if it,
Chucky versus the Giant Tortoise.
I got this.
The Dance Kevin Dance. Let's do that.
I think you're gonna like this one. If It Means a Lot to You by A Day to Remember. Because it's
Okay.
already an acoustic song,
Yeah.
so I think to have it be a banjo, I think it would change the entire tone and sound.
I can do that. Banjo, cajon, and foot tambourine, and make it something special.
Yeah,
Though,
dude.
If you can send me that. Send me that either through Facebook or
I
my
got,
cell phone.
He's gonna send it to
Yeah,
you right
text it.
now.
Otherwise, I'll forget. I got 3,000 things happening at the same time.
You have to
so-
address like this was the official Darker with Daniel request though.
It is. It's the official.
All right.
I'll have to post up a follow-up.
I'm super excited to hear that done in banjo.
Now, it'll take me like 2-3 weeks with what I got going on and episodes already.
Oh, that's fine. I'm
scheduled.
just excited
But
to hear
I'll
it.
send it out to you and be like, this is the official Darker with Daniel, banjo cover request.
God damn.
You know?
My man, dude, I'm excited. Dude, I have always been obsessed with the banjo,
Oh,
like
really?
in a weird way. Like
Okay.
I just think it has such a unique sound, and I love it. But here's the like plot twist, like the what's it called? Who's that director? Always has like crazy plot twists at the end.
M. Night
Yeah,
Shyamalan?
M. Night Shyamalan plot
I
twist.
shouldn't know that.
I love the banjo. I fucking hate bluegrass. I know bluegrass
Right.
is one of the hardest. I think it actually is the hardest genre to write and like record and all that. But I love the sound of the banjo. Like
Really?
I love the banjo, but I hate. I don't say I hate, but like I will never listen to bluegrass. Like I respect the hell out of it. If I remember correctly, I read somewhere like or someone reputable, I think it was like Logan or something. Someone in a position of power told me it is actually like the hardest genre to either play and or record. So especially like writing like original stuff, super hard.
There's a whole
So
lot going on.
yeah, so I respect the hell out of it,
Mhm.
but like I'll hear the banjo and bluegrass, I don't like it. Like I'm like, nope, I don't want to listen to it. But I see someone finger picking. I'm like a kid in a candy store, and they're just their fingers are going, and I'm just. It literally blows my mind because like who thought of creating something that makes that sound, and it's so twangy, and I'm just like, I love it. Like
Let's
I
take
love
a
it.
drum and put strings on it.
I
That's
played-
literally what. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what.
Right.
It's a snare drum.
I used to play the banjo a little bit when I was in like middle school, early high school. Hunter, you probably remember that. Yep. Oh yeah, the good old banjo. It's fun to play.
Oh yeah, and you know what's funny? To your point is actually exactly why I started playing banjo. Because the show that I do on the road is, 12-string guitar, cajon, and things like that. Lute.
Holy hell!
But the thing about that is, playing all these classic rock tunes, there's not a huge area to finger pick. So in lieu of a solo, I'll often finger pick, and nobody cares because of where I'm playing. So it's like, well, man, like that's the one thing I have really is finger picking. And so I picked up the banjo last week from Woodshed or 2 weeks ago, and I learned the chord shapes. And I was like, oh, I'll just cover every song that I know and do videos about it. And then it's perfect because you finger pick that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the style that I do. So it's like, oh, cool, I can really show off the thing that is good for this instrument also. And it like makes more sense because it's this instrument. And, oh, dude, it's been more fun than guitar. And I love playing guitar.
So it's crazy. See, I'm so jealous of like other musicians because like you have that like analytical mind of like what you're doing. You know exactly what it is that you're like I guess like classically trained. You know what you're doing like in that sense. When I was a musician, people that are just like like you're kind of good at singing. I'm like okay, so I started singing, and then someone was like, I remember when I started screaming, it is what it started off as a dare. And then I got good at that. And, like, I was just doing what I was good at. And, like, my whole contribution, I'll be honest, I'm coming clean right now. I was kind of good at writing poetry, so I'd write the lyrics. And then I'd be like, okay, I know I can, like, enunciate this word really well, screaming, like, rawr. And I was like, and that's what I would do. Like, I was strictly a vocalist. And when
Right.
I would write with the band, I was blessed that I had a guitarist that I could literally do the stereotypical vocalist thing. I'm like, hey, man, like, I hear what you're doing. But try it like this, like bow 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 but don't put down, like, just like make like weird sounds.
Yeah, right.
But my guitarist knew exactly what I was talking about and got it immediately. And I was so blessed that
That's
I had
magic,
that.
dude. That's magic.
But I'm like I could never analyze myself like under a microscope like within like music theory of like, oh, well, I'm good with this. Here's correlation. I would probably be like, nah. I'm just like, do I have to yell? Do I have to be angry? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I can do that. Like,
hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of jealous, but I'm like, I don't have the time to teach myself like that kind of stuff. Maybe when I was in my younger 20s, but like I'm in my 30s now, man. Like
Dude, you can still do it.
401ks and stuff, man. Like that's where
401ks.
401ks and cryptos. That's where I'm at.
Fucking right. NFTs, dude.
NFTs, god damn it.
Dude, you can do it because like I haven't really played much music in like years lately, and like just recently I picked up my guitar like last week and just start getting back at it. Start writing some leads.
Yo, this might be a start of you two doing some music, man.
So last
Look at
week-
that,
last
dude.
week, I was telling him, I was like,
Whoa.
Alan, we're starting a jam band. I don't know how he feels about it yet, but Chris is also a part of it too.
Absolutely
Hunter
not.
doesn't know it. He's a part of it, and I think we're gonna feature you on one of the songs. But yeah.
Oh, I'll be there. What instrument do you need? I'll be there.
Banjo.
Yeah,
can bring
banjo,
that.
please, for sure.
Nope, I actually figured it out.
Oh, here we go.
I have a perfect idea for your show.
Mm-hmm.
You know the show The Office.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know when Dwight and Andy have a banjo off.
I didn't catch that
didn't
episode, but
catch
I'm
that.
with you.
Or is it? I'm pretty sure it's a banjo off. I might be wrong, but I know they do an instrument off, and either they're both playing the banjo, or one's playing the banjo and one's playing the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys could do that. You could do a banjo off.
Oh, I'd so be about that.
Tommy would totally kick me.
I'd
It doesn't
ha-
matter.
Yeah.
It
I'd
doesn't
happily
matter.
lose, but I'd have fun in the process.
You would easily win. I'm not good anymore. It's been years. with
You guys
my
just
practice.
shoot the episode, and you're just finger picking the hell out of it, and then all of a sudden you're just like,
Once
and then
every
you just
3
lose because of health problems.
once every 3 months, I pick up my guitar and I'll figure out something or start playing an old song, and I'll take like a 30-second Snapchat of me playing and singing something just enough for it to look good. I'll send it out to a couple of friends, and that's it. I don't touch it again for a while. So basically, me coming clean about my music right now.
All right.
You used to send stuff to me when I was on Snapchat, but like I just ignore Snapchat. Like I just don't
Fair.
care about Snapchat anymore, man.
One of these days, I'm gonna put something back out there. I've said that.
I
on,
believe
like,
you. I believe
15
you.
Episodes now, but it's gonna come. It's gonna happen.
I'll check it out. I'd listen and watch that. That'd be cool.
Thank you. That'd be sweet.
So you got your YouTube channel. So you're doing the banjo covers on Wednesdays.
Yep.
You're doing the interviews on Tuesdays.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm going backwards. But
perfect.
then you're also doing your an original series you'd mentioned.
Yeah.
So tell us more about the series that you're doing, because when I hear series, I hear like original, like written, like I don't want to say sketches or like acts, but that's what I think of. I think of like a show. So please elaborate.
Yeah, sure. All right. Weekly videos, I guess we could call it. Like,
Okay.
more bare bones. But yeah, that's my plan. So doing the 100 shows this year. I did 52 or 3 last year. I'm doing 100 this year. Well, my next year plan is to cut back on the shows and release like content. I'm having a blast with the shows, but what's content and accessible every day, whether or not I'm sleeping or on the road. So YouTube.
That's smart, actually. Yeah, I didn't even
Thank
think about
you.
that. Like, let something make you money
Yeah.
when you're not even working.
And I am trying to eventually monetize YouTube, Spotify, you name it.
That's awesome.
And so here's a path towards that. Plus, I'm enjoying this no matter what. So if it falls flat, I'm having a blast. So yeah, Tuesday I got the
Win-win.
interviews. Wednesday I got banjo covers for now, and I'll probably have that for the next couple of years. But Monday, Thursday, Friday, the shows I'm about to talk about, maybe I'll change the days up.
Sure.
But here's 3 more shows that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do local artist album reviews or even song reviews. So if somebody that I know around here or that I don't know, if somebody sends in something,
Say I finally come out with a song or an album.
yeah, send it to me. I would love that, and I would gladly do a review, listen to it, talk about it, probably make jokes because I think I'm funny. But
I love it.
Thank you.
You are funny. You are funny.
and then I'll post that, and then of course I'll send you the link, and you'll share it, I'll share it. It's promoting your stuff. I'm having a blast, and I'm experiencing more stuff. So that's gonna be one of the days.
That's true.
The other day I'm gonna do a limited run of me at Sherman's Creek Inn with some of my friends. We're gonna just be taste testing the food. I already talked to the owner. We got that done. A couple camera angles, eating it, talking about it, because I love that place, Sherman's Creek Inn. I can't plug it enough, and I'm not even getting paid for this.
I'm not.
I
gonna lie,
love that.
I've never heard of them.
I've
ever.
heard of
Yeah.
it like so much. Like
They're up in
recent-
Perry County.
Okay.
They're up in Shermansdale.
They would love my truck, so I'd probably fit in just fine. So
And so that place is great. But that's another show. And then I want to do a show called Within the Bee, where I just tell funny stories from my life. Like we were saying earlier, my friends think I'm funny, and they want me to do stand-up. And I'm starting to dabble, by the way, into
Sure.
stand-up. I've been
Okay.
going to the Church of Satire in Hanover, doing some
Hey,
open
we had,
mics.
we had-
Yeah.
We had Aaron Conroy from the Church of Satire.
Oh,
come
he's
in.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
man.
he's funny.
Yeah, I went up there, told a couple of stories, and told a couple of jokes, and then I felt pretty good. I didn't bomb the worst that night, and then other people went up. I'm like, oh, these people took words out of the air and made a joke. Oh my God, they're not
Yeah.
telling stories; they're telling jokes. Oh,
Yeah,
So-
it's hard, man.
There's have you ever been to Comedy Zone?
oh yeah, oh God, I love that place. I always sit in the heckle section on the left of the stage.
I love it. Dude.
Yeah.
So I used to go there for comedy night all the time
Yes.
on Thursdays because it's open mic, but of course we record here on Thursdays.
That's up near or in Harrisburg, isn't it?
It's
Like
in
the
New Cumberland.
Boomerang
It's
Bar and Grill or
it's
something?
yeah, Boomerang. It's
Yeah,
right across
okay.
the river.
It's known as Harrisburg Comedy Club.
Yeah,
but
okay, yeah,
in
it's
New Cumberland,
technically,
it's on the West
gotcha.
Shore. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that it's so funny when you go to watch or like an open mic for stand up because you have every walk of life. You have the actual aspiring comedians that are, doing their research and paying homage and just like writing their own actual good content. Most of it's good. Sometimes some of the guys just are too new. But then you also, I remember being there one time and this guy literally just was reading Facebook memes and jokes off of his phone the entire time. And I'm just like, nobody told you that's like not like a comedy.
But hey, he's trying.
Maybe
And-
that was
Give
supposed to
him
be
that.
his gimmick. Like he was like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
right.
super dry, and I'm just gonna deliver you Facebook comedy.
No, this guy was
Right.
just straight
No, not that
stealing
good.
Jokes.
Oh,
Just straight
yeah,
stealing
no,
jokes.
trash.
Actually,
Trash.
I wrote my first joke. If you guys want to hear it.
I do.
Hit us.
All
yes,
right.
100%. Sneak peek.
Now, yeah, sneak peek. I haven't done this on the road yet, but this is the first joke. So, I get up on there, maybe tell a couple, and I go, so my name's Tommy B, and I have a history of banging fat chicks.
I already love the way it's starting.
It's not a joke; it's an advertisement. And I just look in the crowd. Yeah,
Very eagerly, like,
Yeah.
hey.
yep, that's the joke.
That's the joke.
It's a good opener for sure.
Thank you.
Good-
So, are you thinking about maybe incorporating some of your like your joke material into your series, like your stories? Then, because you said your friends think you're pretty funny. You gotta kind of try to like sprinkle that in and see what the reactions are like.
Yeah, 100%. So the material that I'm writing, is going to be to maybe get like a 30-minute special or something. Like, that'd be cool.
Sure.
That's like the least serious thing that I'm doing right now. But I'm enjoying it, so I'm pushing it. But
Yeah.
just inherently, like, telling stories has always made people laugh. And so, like, within all of that already, it's like some built-in funny things
Oh yeah.
that, people find funny. Me, I don't even think I'm funny. But people laugh, and I'm like, okay, cool. And so I enjoy talking and telling stories. So there will be comedy in that one show, going back to that, the Within the Bee, and of course the album reviews. Yeah, I'm just hoping, the comedy in me is just kind of gonna come out through all these mediums, and people like it, they like it. If it sticks, it sticks.
You know what? That's what she said.
It is.
But no, that's awesome. You got a serious head on your shoulders, man.
Thank
Like
you.
business wise, and like it's. I gotta say, it's rare when you. We live in Harrisburg. We live in Central PA. You've got a lot of original talent, especially when it comes to music. You've got musicians galore and originality all
yeah.
throughout. But it's rare when you come across someone that has originality, but you've also thought, and I want to say, at least, preemptively, accurately, you've figured out how to monetize and capitalize and make your originality a business asset. That's a whole nother dynamic that I think a lot of people either miss, don't care to learn, or they don't even think that they need to do it. So like I gotta say, man, like I'm
Thank you.
excited to see what you got coming because you got a good head on your shoulders.
I
Like I don't want to
appreciate
double
it.
down on that, but like I'm going to. I'm
No,
gonna put
I'll
that
be-
nail in that coffin.
You're putting
Be sending it to you.
You're putting in a lot of work too, man.
I
because
am.
We know.
Yeah, how does the family feel about that?
Well, it's actually cool. So I work primarily weekend shift, like overnight.
Yeah.
3 days a week. Okay, and that's the shtick. And then I'll go, do shows like Monday through Friday before work, and then like Saturday in between if I'm supposed to be sleeping, Sunday brunch,
Yeah.
And so I don't sleep a lot, but it's cool because I have my little girl like Monday through Friday, so it's like I'm a full-time dad with her,
That's awesome.
and
man.
she's 4, and she's the best thing. I'm so blessed, and it's so cool because I can be pushing her on the swing and go, oh, breakfast at Tiffany's. Or, all right, I didn't do that one yet. And I'll be like, hang on, kid, enjoy the swing. I'll be right back. And so I'll get my banjo and put my phone on like a sawhorse, and I'll just, hey, kid, give me like 4.5 minutes of like just, silence, right? She's like, okay, Dad. And then I'll record it right there and then post it to YouTube and go schedule that for 2 Wednesdays from now. Okay, cool. Hey, thanks, kid. And I'll go back to pushing her on the swing. So it's like, it's very built in that I'm fortunate that I'm able to work. I'm able to edit those interviews that I do for Tuesdays while she's sleeping or she's in school.
That's
so
awesome.
I just got so lucky with my schedule that there's so much space and availability for me to put towards my own thing. And then when I pick her up from school, it's like me and my girl. You know what I mean? So I just
That's
go
awesome.
dad
Like,
mode.
you're not even like sacrificing time with them.
Right, which I'm so fortunate. I mean, I'm guessing, but perhaps because, generations, that maybe y'all's dads, like mine, were like working, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, that seems to be the typical thing, you know, from Harry Chapin's, you know, Cats in the Cradle song. Like, I feel
Yep.
that. Like, my dad was working on an island off Massachusetts for a good chunk of my childhood. Not his fault. Guys got to support.
Yep.
Well, it's like, well, I get mine Monday through Friday. Oh, my God. Well, you know, so.
That's crazy. I
And-
could just see you being like, I wasn't expecting that answer. I was kind of like, not to portray you in any way, but
I'm
like,
sure.
just in my, so the way I think, I always think in like skits when I think about situations. It's a comedy skit, but I
Yeah.
could just see you like laying in bed, like you said, you got your sheets with your your logo on it, your
I
advertising,
do.
and you're like, hey guys, so you know, another day within the bee, and then like the kid bursts, hey dad, and you're like, I said to get the fuck out of my room. I'm talking to my friends, and then it's like, sorry about that, guys, I'm back. Like back to within the bee.
Edit that into a skit if you
And
wanted
like,
to.
like people are doing research, like, isn't his daughter 4? Like, is she okay? Should we call
Probably,
someone?
as a parent, probably not the best
Probably, yeah.
thing
No,
to
exactly.
do. CPS is pretty
No,
harsh.
that happens. I just edit that out, though. I mean, come on.
I fucking love it.
Professional quality entertainment is what I provide, guys.
But no,
come
dude,
on.
that's
It comes at a price, okay?
Yep.
you've really got this down though. Like you're like, you've got the originality, you've got the capitalization on the originality, but you, like you said, you are just blessed like with the times. Like you're,
Very
I know
fortunate.
so many people that are like they're trying to make something of themselves, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Like everyone's got to get what they got to get their due comings. They got to get what they're working hard for. But usually in those situations, like the kids are the ones that pay that price. Like you know what I mean? Like like you know the kids try to they grow up faster than they should have to because they're like, I understand, mom, dad, whoever is just they're trying to do what's best for them, which is also best for me, and they gotta be supportive, and that kind
Right.
of sucks at times.
And it tips the scales a lot of the times.
It does, and your daughter's like, nope, my dad's just awesome. He just writes songs and
Though
does things, and
she
he's
does say
cool.
I'm awesome, but I got to put a hard, humility plug in here. So I'll even say this on stage. There's a couple of songs I'll go into. What is it? Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, right?
Yes.
Yes, I love it.
intro that song every time, like, hey, so everybody, just to let you know, if you didn't know already, you know, I have a 4-year-old little girl at home, and she's just, you know, the apple of my eye, the light of my life. She's fantastic. I love her so much. She loves me. We're, you know, a great team, and, you know, love being around each other. I have her all the time. But anyway, so she loves me and what I do musically, but I am only her second favorite musician by a long, long margin. And, you know, the crowd's like, what is he going with this? I'm like, her first favorite musician, yes, she's 4, is Rick Astley, and this is her favorite song. And so I'll go into Never Gonna Give You Up, and
I
people
love it.
just laugh.
That's amazing.
Dude, there's a 10-hour YouTube video of that song on a loop.
Yep, I've
That's her
literally
number one
used it.
video.
Hunter put that
Dude,
on
It's
my
her
TV
number
one
one
day.
video.
Yeah. Dude, she all the time she'll be like, Dad, can you put on Rick Astley? And I'm like, I guess, you know. and then I think now I'm her number 3 musician favorite because she just listened to We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
But what's
And
cool
good
is
role models too.
Oh yeah.
I do have a question about
Yeah.
the Rick Astley. Does she know about Rickrolling yet?
No.
Okay. All right. She's
No,
gonna get there
but
eventually.
before she told me that Rick was her favorite musician, I wouldn't play that song unless some jerk in the crowd goes, Freebird! You know, and I'm like, yeah, I don't play Freebird.
Never gonna give you up.
Yeah.
and just fill that win.
So
That's awesome.
I'll stop mid-song only for somebody yelling at Freebird, and I'll be like, you, sir, this brave member of the audience, he's got cojones the size of coconuts, and I appreciate you being involved and engaged in my show. Thank you for yelling out Freebird. I do take requests. I've been working on Freebird for about 5 years. I think I'm ready to debut it right now. This is my rendition of Freebird, so I've put so much time and sacrifice and energy into the song. I hope you like it. We're no strangers to love. You know,
That's awesome.
and I just dodge punches. I mean, yeah.
That's amazing. I never thought about that because as a musician who's played live, there's always that jackass in the crowd that goes, "Play Freebird." Like,
Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
exactly. That's the best way to do it. You just automatically rickroll them.
Yeah, and it's a live Rick roll, and I'm like trying to bring back the meme from early YouTube. You
And
know?
like the best part is like, even if that one particular person is like seething with rage, the rest of the crowd is like, he got you, and they're like, and then
Yeah.
they're like, they realize even no matter how mad they're not gonna get any support from anyone else to also be mad at you, and so they're just like, I'm gonna just bottle this up and just fucking steam,
Yeah,
and it's
you
like
took the wind out
you
of
win,
sails.
yeah, you win.
Though I gotta say, it was freaky. So, you know, we were talking earlier. I got over stage fright and awkwardness. It took me about 40 shows, you know.
Sure.
And a couple of months ago, you know, well after that. So now I'm more confident on the road. I can joke and I'm loose, and you know, I can mess up and not care. It's like, okay, we'll just keep going. But I was in Hanover doing a show, and this crowd was super engaged. Every song, people were singing and dancing. There was like a wedding. They were on their like bachelorette party or something. Everyone's having a great time, loving everything. I am halfway through. Every song, I'm getting reaction and involvement through the whole time.
Yeah.
Some guy yells Freebird. I do that bit, and I go, here's, I go into it, never going to give you up and all that. And nobody's reacting. And I'm 2 minutes in, like, sweating. I'm like, I think I just lost this crowd. I have an hour and a half left, and I think that guy's going to punch me. Oh, boy. Which, by the way, I would love. So go ahead and deck me out on stage. It's not a challenge. Please don't. But if you do, it's going to show up on an episode of Within the Bee, and it's going to be hilarious, on my YouTube channel. But, yeah, and so I'm like, oh, should I cut this early? Oh, man, I'm like, I think this crowd already, like, hates it. Like, I think I've already lost them. I'm like, nope, got to double down. And so
I'm sending it.
It's like, I'm already here. So I did, like, the chorus, like, 3 times at the end of the song, and I was like, never going to give you up. And I have, like, a splash cymbal trigger on my pedal. And, like, I just looked up and was like, well, here's the last time I'm ever playing here. And then the crowd went ballistic and, like, cheering and clapping, and they were like, that was awesome. And I'm like, oh, my God, where have you been for 4 minutes, dude?
Dude, I've been sweating and simultaneously shitting my pants
Yeah.
and throwing up but swallowing it and still singing. So, like, thanks for just making me lose all bodily control with nervousness.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy you liked it. I'm going to go kill myself.
Yeah. Dude, for the first show ever, I had to throw out my shirt, like, just pit stains like you wouldn't believe because I was just so nervous, sweating, and I'm like, oh, no, this shirt's embarrassing. I just tossed it because it was so freaky for that moment. And then even at the end of that, the whole crowd, settles down, and I caught him. So now every song after that, they were back being involved. And I'm like, what's with you guys? That one guy was like, okay, now I'm pretty mad, but that was pretty darn funny. And I was like, you talk like that? I'm glad I rickrolled you. Like, dude, it was rough.
So when you say, like, these people get mad, like, what are they mad about? Just, like, you're better?
Well, I kind of point the entire crowd in their direction. And I go, this guy's brave. I love what he did. I'm like, wow, he's got the nads to say Freebird. I appreciate that. Thanks for getting involved. And, I'm like, this guy right here, he's sitting at the bar, red shirt, love it. So I really spotlight to you if you want to yell. I mean, you're
like, I don't even need the light. I'm a spotlight you with words.
Yeah.
A service to every live performer out there, though, because everybody hears it. And you know what? We all know that asshole is never going to yell that again.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, most of the time.
I think the funniest joke about this whole situation is the one that hasn't even been addressed yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the fact that your daughter doesn't know what Rick rolling is, and she Rick rolled you. Who knows who Rick... She's like, oh, you're like, hey, sweetie, like, I'm your favorite musician, right? Second best. And it's like, who's the first one? Never gonna give you up. And
yeah.
Motherfucker.
Dude,
like,
and she sings it, like, every day. And then she also sings We're Not Gonna Take It. And now we have a thing. I don't say bless you. As a side note, I'm like, hey, why do humans do that, right? And then I kind of like looked into the research. It was like, we don't know as a civilization. That's kind of weird.
So that way the demons don't go up your nose.
That's one of the many theories, yeah. And
I'm
like, I'm kind of done. And by the way, cracking that habit's almost impossible. But I've replaced bless you with I want to rock. And now, so she does that, and she loves Twisted Sister.
That's amazing. Can you just... I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how I would react. Like, if I'm like... sitting at the airport, just waiting for my flight. It's fucking delayed. I'm pissed. I'm sitting there. No one talks to each other when you're sitting at the fucking bridge and you're waiting to get on. And you just hear something like, I want to rock. I'd be like, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, do you? Like, I wouldn't even know how to react to that.
Obviously, this wouldn't be a great idea for a 4-year-old. But Hunter, back in the day, didn't we used to say go fuck yourself rather than bless you?
Yes.
That really throws people off. Like, somebody sneezes and just if you do not miss a beat and you're like go fuck yourself, everybody's just like they've just sneezed and they're already like and they're just like whoa. Like the reaction, try it out sometime.
I haven't had anyone catch on to the fact that because they sneeze I say I want to rock. Normally it's like Hachoo, I want to rock, and they're like, he's strange. And, there's no like
this
connection
guy's weird.
yet.
I don't know if I want to be his friend. I think I do, but it might be a mistake.
That guy wants to rock.
Alan,
Yeah, I'm just announcing.
Alan should have actually emptied the vacuum in here because then Tommy would have sneezed and we could have caught this live.
Could
I
have.
can go get the vacuum. I can go get the vacuum.
I heard.
I'll put it on reverse.
I was in a waiting room one time and I heard somebody sneeze. And they sneezed and you heard somebody else go bless you. And then like they sneezed again. And you heard someone go bless you. And they sneezed again. Someone else said bless you. Then they sneezed. again, and somebody on the other side of the room didn't skip a beat, just goes, "Okay, get your shit together."
Or like, that's enough.
So
Wrap it up.
I love when that happens, though. You know,
it's so fun. So you were talking about the Freebird situation.
Yeah.
I can't remember who this comedian was. This was years ago. I just remember, this is like, I'm unlocking archives of like shit, but like it just goes to show like what kind of like, no offense to these people, but like, the douche that is like, play Freebird. Okay, comedian at a comedy show. Why are you asking for Freebird? But I saw the best reaction, and it was on you wanna check your phone real quick? And just a little bit.
Yeah, that did get a little. Why does this keep happening?
I don't know, but it is what it is.
You can't kill the music.
It was a comedian, and someone was like, I don't know, like the video starts where it starts. Like, was this comedian like bombing beforehand? And people was like, oh, like Freebird, like just being like a dick. But this guy was like, I cannot remember who this comedian is, but this dude, it's someone's recording in the audience, and this random audience was like, play Freebird, and the comedian just stops, like dead in his tracks, and just stares out in the crowd, and just goes, takes his mic, goes, and just farts in the mic, and he goes, no, and just continues his joke, and I was like, honestly, disgusting, but good for you, because like, that just shut them the fuck. Like, this motherfucker just shat into his microphone and just brought that same microphone up to his mouth. He was willing to do this to tell you no.
You're right.
And it's a simple no. And what do you can't retort that. Like, all he said was no, and very confidently. So you're like, shut the fuck up. And it's like, okay, I'm not even gonna say please. Like
request denied. Okay.
On the Freebird topic, though, I do understand it is very, very, very frustrating because everybody always does it. But when people get like really personally offended, like performers get really personally offended and will go on like a 5-minute rant.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That's over the top.
And somebody did it, and like this guy went on like a 5-minute rant where like the whole crowd was just awkward at that point. They're just like, damn, dude, you're just really beating a dead horse at this point. Like,
dude, it's either genuine, like somebody really wants to hear Freebird, and there's no difference between going, play Ozzy or Freebird, but now there's a music stigma with that song. Well, they're an audience member. They're not necessarily, in the music scene playing hundreds of shows a year. So maybe they're not trying to, perpetuate the stigma or like Stairway or that whole, meme. But okay. So, or they are, and they're being a dick. Well, okay. Well, then they're just a heckler. Dude, handle it.
If you're a true performer and musician, you should be able to handle a heckler. Let's be honest here. Like,
absolutely.
It's the same thing. Like, I mean, I was never really a fan of Disturbed, but like, Disturbed lost any respect or like hope for me to like them when I found out that the lead vocalist, you are a band and you are a vocalist and you essentially created an original sound that people know that's Disturbed, and now you will stop a live performance because you who created the sound are tired of hearing your fans do the sound that is like it embodies your band. Like, everyone knows that's you, and you're mad. Dude,
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I would be humbled. Like, if I created a band and I created like one sound, even if I thought it was like the stupidest sound, but that sound was just just automatically, you hear that sound, it's my band, and that got me famous. Dude, I'll cry. Like, if I'm at a live show and there's just a whole stadium of people doing that sound, I'm like, dude, thank you. Like, truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. But like, you are so pretentious that you're like, no, only I can do that. That's my sound. I'm like, dude, go fuck yourself. Like, for real.
I know Panic at the Disco, this was a very long time ago, I saw this article, but Brendan Urie in an interview said that he was done playing I Write Sins Not Tragedies, which is their biggest song, and it's just like,
it's literally, I think, like the song of a generation.
Yeah, I don't know if they started doing it again. I mean, he's the only remaining original member at this point, but but it's crazy though. It's just like, I get it, you kind of get tired of playing your own thing, but like, give the people what they want to.
Yeah, and I'm not obviously, famous enough where I'm in that position where I can go, I'm done playing this song. Though my mom requests for an original song, the same one every show I play, and sometimes I'm like, this isn't the place. But, I do it anyway. But Paul Simon.
Gotta do it for your mom.
Yeah, gotta. You know, or she'll hit me. No, I'm kidding. But you know, right on stage. But Paul Simon, in an interview, put it this way: he's like, "Hey, listen, you know, I'm a musician. I wrote a ton of hit songs, you know, with or without Garfunkel and all these other people." He's like, "I'm sick of all of them, but you know, I'm a performer and an entertainer, and people are coming to see these songs. Like they want to hear Mrs. Robinson, Cecilia, Sound of Silence." He's like, "You as a performer in a full show, you get one song. You know, whatever oddball song that you love that doesn't go over that nobody cares, you get one. You know, you're there to entertain."
That's smart.
And, you know, I'm not at a place where I can personally experience that or yet, but it's like, you know what? Yeah. And that's kind of in line with my bill, which is professional quality entertainment. I'm an entertainer. So if I can take my, you know, homebody dad out of this and go, well, I'm an entertainer. So if they say dance monkey and they're going to throw $20 in my jar, then, you know, that's what I'm here to do.
I'm a dance. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So, you know, play, you know, Right Sins, Not Tragedies, and, you know, Sound of Silence and all that stuff. If that's what got you there, not necessarily stay on it because it's in the past, but if that's like the staple that people want to pay for, people are paying for it. You know what I mean?
That's exactly right. I mean, so I got to ask you this because you are a very educated musician and everything. So me and Danny just randomly brought up this question. I think it's like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I want to know what your take is. So we all know.
I think we already asked him this at the CPMAs.
I don't know, but we're going to find out.
Let's do it again.
So we all know Queen, and we all know, oh God, what is it? What is the song? Bohemian Rhapsody. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I had a brain fart. So Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah,
Yep.
This is a different question. Sorry.
What do you think our generation's Bohemian Rhapsody is going to be? And the two options that we presented were like, it's probably either going to be I Write Sins Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco, or more musically accurate because it's more operatic, The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. Which one, if you had to put money on, which one do you think it would be?
Are we talking
and why?
2000 and beyond, or
I'm talking like dude, our generation. I mean, you got my dad.
There's a lot more songs from that, that section that could all possibly be.
I didn't
it, too.
fucking ask you, Chris. I gave him two options, and
Well,
he has to put money on them.
Well, I don't.
I'll give an answer based on those two options.
But then I want your personal opinion. But out of those two options,
out of those two, well, I would say both within a half a millisecond of the song starting.
Yeah.
Like 300 million people are going to go, this song, and they're going to recognize it. But if I was to have to say, of those two options, which one's more like our Bohemian Rhapsody, I would definitely not put My Chemical Romance in there.
No?
Because although that song was a slap for a while, it's also, back then, it was kind of a meme. How many botched lyrics did you hear from that? How many making fun of lyrics did you hear? Like, you know, my father brought me into the tool shed, you know, and beat my fucking ass. Like, you know, the whole thing. Whereas Panic at the Disco song, I have not heard a single joke version or lyric of that.
They will use specialty.
They will
I've
use
heard him do it, but
Right.
But you're right. Like
I
they
am
will
really good at
instead of
that.
like changing their lyrics, they will use their original lyrics as the joke. Like that's the appliance. Like it's like, haven't you ever heard of shutting the? And it's like a picture. It's they're not changing lyrics because the lyrics were already like edgy enough that the lyrics were the joke, and they could just be applied.
I do want to make a side note on I Write Sins Not Tragedies. I make a point at every single wedding I go to request that song, and the second to last one I went to, I requested it, and the DJ said no, and I was like, yes, and he was like, fine, but you're taking the heat if the bride gets mad. And I'm like, I'm friends with her, obviously, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, right.
And like it came on, and she starts just going in, jumping around, singing, got all her bridesmaids around her, and I just like did a nice little like lean back at the DJ and just like winked at him, and he just started shaking his head. Anyways.
Yeah, but I would say there's so many other songs too. I mean, Seven Nation Army, dude, like Crazy Gnarls Barkley, Paramore. There's so many. You know what I mean?
I Miss You by Blink 182.
Yeah, Blink, dude. Like, there's just so many.
Okay. I hear what you guys are saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Bohemian Rhapsody, though, is like a giant entity, though.
Yeah, and I would say none.
Do you think Paramore, or literally, I mean, I love Blink 182 and I love Paramore,
right?
But do you think Blink 182, who are known for like their minute and 45-second songs, could even have a song that could be considered on that level?
That entire band was a movement.
Well, yes.
Wait, Queen or
You mean Blink-182?
Blink-182, yeah.
Blink-182 was a movement, but I'm saying a
So was
specific
Queen.
song.
Well, I think
Yes.
one thing that
Queen
really
was a
needs
movement,
to be pointed
too.
out is that Bohemian Rhapsody was a musical masterpiece from
Yes.
beginning to end. And it's
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
how long is the song? Anybody know? Like it's
Like
6
we're removing
minutes.
the entity that is Queen. We're removing all that. It is the song.
Well,
what song?
I
do
would
you
say
think?
nothing really compares to that level though, because
Oh,
that
absolutely not.
that was insane. So I would say there's a bunch of baby Bohemian Rhapsodies. You know, like that one shattered,
And that's why
and
I
then
say
just
our
a
generational.
ton for our generation. You know,
I'm trying to think of like there's got to be something. Even if it was mainstream.
dude, move along.
But
That song.
I jammed out to
No,
that in the
okay.
shower yesterday.
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah, dude.
that
All American
gets-
Rejects. Yeah.
Yeah, like that one song, like I used to play RuneScape, and that song would like show up on like RuneScape videos. You know, like I'd be watching other people play RuneScape. I'm like, that song, that and like Numa, yay, dude.
Oh yeah. This Swing Swing was the first song I ever learned on guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I honestly, you guys are gonna hate this, but I think "With Arms Wide Open" by Creed is gonna be our Bohemian
Dude,
Rhapsody.
and you know what's funny? Whether or not you're kidding, you could put it in the conversation.
The bottom line, no one's
You know?
not gonna know that song.
Yeah.
With arms wide open.
Or even like there's Nickelback songs, there's Stain songs. Like
Right.
you go, it's been a while, dude. The whole everyone. You know,
I'm gonna go on record and say this. I don't even care. I'm ready to come clean. It is 2022. Everyone that hates on Nickelback, shut the fuck up.
No.
Shut the fuck
you
up.
Shut up.
They have some bangers. Now, do I think they're nice people? No. Chad Kroger, he's
His name's
Ch-
Chad to begin with.
yeah,
so.
Chad. If you're seeing this, good for you.
Thanks,
you,
Alan.
did,
Everybody left the chat
you
now.
did a good job, but
could be Kyle.
you're
you know, it
not
could
the
be
nicest
worse.
person. But honestly, man, there are some songs that have never hit the radio that are on some of their albums, and I'm like, dude, it comes on my random playlist, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not changing this.
I actually
Like,
have
I will
to
turn it up.
chime in and say Nickelback helped me learn to play drums because I play I think 8 or 9 instruments. I lost count professionally, and I can do them on the road. But drums, I played to their All the Right Reasons or All the Wrong Reasons.
Yeah.
You know, then their album song is the opposite, right or wrong, whatever it is. And dude, it's like I don't even necessarily like Nickelback, but so many slaps, so much actual talented music. Like the drums are difficult.
They
the
are.
guitar is difficult. I can't sing, Chad, to save my life. It's like, how does he casually hit this high and comfortably? And in that one where that song where it's about never made it as a poor man or a wise man, that song.
Silver Side Up. Or no, that was
remember
the
the title.
album. That was the
Yeah,
album that it was from.
That song, and I'm a Rush fan and a Zeppelin fan, and that song is the home to my favorite drum fill of all time.
Really?
Just right when it goes in, it's like this is how I'm like, I can't find something that's better, dude.
This is how you remind me.
Yeah, this is how you remind me.
This is how you
And
remind me.
It almost irks me that Nickelback holds that for me.
I will never say that they're not a talented band. Kind of like Avenged Sevenfold. I
Right.
do not like their music, but let's be honest, Sinister Gates can absolutely shred. Absolutely. Their vocalist, honestly, it's just their vocalist that kills it for me.
That's like being like, oh, I love 5 Flavored Fruit Punch. Like I listen to metal.
That band sucks.
Yes.
Dude, I saw them in Hershey, and you know, I didn't like. I was trying to get laid, so I got tickets, and I'm like, oh, Shine Down. I'm not a fan. They were amazing, dude.
No, Shinedown is. Don't you ever say
6
that. They're so
a.m.
good.
Like, why is Nikki Sixx still playing? But they were pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
they opened and then Shinedown, and then Five Finger Death Bowl goes in, and it was like, okay, cool. They did a couple songs. I'm like, all right, right. And then they invited all the kids on stage. I'm like, this is really nice. You know, I like this. Like, they're really getting involved. And then they
Breaking
start,
Ben did that too.
and that's cool. But why I walked out was all the kids are up on stage, and the song was "Burn, motherfucker, burn, mother" for like 6 minutes with kids going "Burn, motherfucker, burn," and I'm like, that's a little not tasty.
No.
And
Yeah.
I was like, any other song, like, and I don't care if kids swear, but it was like, hey, you're doing a thing of all songs.
Like
and
if
all
you had
parents,
to come up for like
I'm out.
one chorus, it's funny, but you're
Yeah.
like you have them up for the whole song, and you're just like sing it, and it's like,
Yeah, I was like, oh, and all these kids know every word. Like, that's kind of gross. All right, I'm out. And
Yep.
so I beat the traffic, is all I can say.
Yeah, that's a good way to put
yeah,
it.
it's yeah.
You know?
But I mean, it's the truth. I mean, I'm tired. See, like, the thing that really gets me upset is like I acknowledge they're not the nicest people. I've seen videos, I've seen interviews
Yeah.
where they're just like terrible people. But like at the same time, they got to where they got because of the talent and the effort and the time that they put in. So like when you see them go like and they're part of like packages at shows and the entire crowd is just like booing them and they're throwing shit at them to get them to walk off stage. First of all, literally, and please quote me on this, get off your fucking high horse. Stop. It's not fucking cool. Like, you're not cool because, like, oh, it's the cool thing to hate Nickelback. I mean, I guess, like,
Listen,
it's funny
I hated
in between your
Nickelback
friends.
way before it was cool.
Sure, but, like, at the same time, like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's live music. It's literally better than standing there listening to nothing or for another 15 minutes while the sound engineers try to redo it. Just fucking listen to them. It's music. It's music. And it's not like they're like literally banging trash cans or like dragging nails across like chalkboards. Like it's well orchestrated rock music. Like I know, right? But you know what I mean? It's better than silence. You know, shut the fuck up. Let them do their bit.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like
Just look at the damn photograph.
Like
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would much rather see Nickelback than a like disrespectful band. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know, like somebody that doesn't
every
respect
day.
any of the crew, the crowd. You know,
Yep.
people who like like Travis told us, Travis Sanders, he told us about like the one band he booked, and they were like just literally destroying the venue as they played. And
And
Yeah,
it's
and that
spinning
ain't right.
everywhere.
I'd rather go see Creed and Nickelback and Buck Cherry back to back to back.
Done.
Than watch that
100%.
band.
Yep.
Like,
And I'll be
yeah.
jam. I'll be like singing every word to every song I fucking hate.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like,
listen,
yes.
I just want to make it clear to if anybody listening or any of you guys like those bands, like good for you. You can like them.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own taste. It's just not mine. I just skipped over it. Don't like just something about his, Chad Kroger's voice and Disturbed and everybody else. I can't do it. There are certain things, people different strokes for different folks.
And you know
That's
what's
what it
cool? It's 2022, and there's been a movement, especially because of the internet, and there's videos of everything. Like, you saw Smash Mouth lead singer, like a year ago, have a bad show, and now, like, he's
Yeah.
not in the band, and, I hope he's all right. But the fact is, everyone sees that. And so that's why I'm kind of like, professional quality entertainment has got to be the thing, because you can't get away with, destroying a stage.
No.
Because then a couple of, I see sucky band A that's great as an artist, but terrible as people being there,
Yeah.
is at this bar. Well, I own this other bar. Well, let me call them up. Hey, dude, they're bad news, all right? Like, I don't want to see you have a bad day. And that's going to happen now.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
whereas there was less of that then, and so, yeah, don't be doing that. You got to be professional and do your thing. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty much out of time here tonight. Is there anything else you wanted to plug or call out or mention before we go ahead and wrap things up tonight?
The floor is yours.
Yeah, I would just say to everybody watching and listening, youtube.com/Tommy B Entertainment. There's going to be so much quality content. And not only that, but because of these interviews with local artists, kind of like what we're doing here,
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough to be asking some of the same questions and making playlists. One of the biggest playlists I'm growing right now is how to get started gigging, how to gig, the business end of music. So if you're new out there and you want to learn how to get your feet wet, or you don't know the business end, youtube.com/Tommy B Entertainment. I address that. And, if there's any requests, let me know. I can talk about that. I'll show you the spreadsheets that I run. I'll show you the whole business end, how to call. And, if you ever want to book a gig and you don't know how, give me a call and I'll have a 3-way call with you and a venue and find you a gig and show you how to do it. It's as simple as that.
That's all.
Dude, your confidence is like fucking contagious. And like,
Oh, yeah.
like, dude, like you, like, I'm going to put it right out there. You could have like the smallest dick ever, but I feel like you could convince me that I'm wrong and you actually have the biggest dick. 'Cause just the confidence. I'm like,
Tommy
I'm
plays
like-
his stage name. His real name's Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
but like, no, dude,
I look like him too.
like, dude, your confidence, it's amazing. Like, seriously, I really wish the best for you, man. Like, I want to see how you grow. I want to see how everything comes, and I definitely, I want to see how everything comes. But
Like Ron Jeremy. That's
Ron
how.
Jeremy. But no, I mean, dude, I look forward to. I want to have you on in the future. I want to see what the updates are and everything. And you know what? Maybe Darker with Daniel could pop over to Within the Bee.
I was going to ask you guys if you wanted to be on my show called The Scene. Comes out on Tuesday. I was going to ask you, actually.
Fuck
So,
yeah,
absolutely.
We'll get that
100%.
scheduled. Then, I'd love to be back. Maybe like 6 months' time, I'll have a slew of updates.
Sounds
to
good.
me.
You guys know we'll have all the links that he mentioned in our details. But until next time, fuck it.
Way to sign off. All right.